Yo, what's up? In this video, I'm going to be giving you the exact cold outreach template that I'm using to get to 100 grand a month. I've probably sent close to 1 million cold outreach messages, so I've tested a lot of different scripts and ways to position it. There is no one best way, as opposed to what some people online might tell you. I'm just going to show you the approach that I'm using for my brand new AI offer, and that's really the purpose of this channel as well if you're brand new. Essentially, the purpose of this channel is to post daily videos where I document the journey building a new AI offer from scratch. And I make sure to respond to all the comments. Real quick, check out this sunset over here. You can't really see it because the sun sets on this side of my apartment building, but it's pink, dude. The sky's pink. I mean, it's freaking beautiful, man. But anyways, so let's see if we got any comments, see what you boys are saying. Life Optimized. Yeah, I responded to you yesterday. You said, nice. How do you do it with Instagram accounts? Can you show the process of buying the IG account and how to warm it up, etc.? Or do you just sign up? So yeah, I'll answer this question right now in a second. So real quick, what we're going to do right now is I'm going to show you the way that I formatted my actual outreach process and kind of what that looks like. So everything from the first message to the actual pitch. The current stage that my AI offer is in right now, I don't have any case studies with the new service that I'm using. So I'm basically installing AI agents into realtors' businesses to help them scale and book more appointments. And so our goal is to just gain some case studies. So right now we're just doing like a performance offer, and you'll see that the messaging of the outreach kind of reflects that as well. But yeah, anyways, so the way that you do this with Instagram accounts is you're going to need to buy multiple accounts. So maybe I could draw this out for you. Or if I describe it, you should be able to understand it. So I do have videos, if you look through the older videos on my channel, where I show myself going and getting these accounts and setting them up and getting the profile pictures and everything ready to go. The way that you warm up on Instagram specifically is you start with something very, very low. So I have purchased 20 accounts. I have a guy that manages them, which is why I don't really show me working on them. But I bought 20 accounts, and then each account, what we're doing is we're starting with just sending 3 to 6 DMs per day. Now, I will link the tool that I use down below. You don't have to use it, but I've been using cold DMs. I bet you if I just go here, you'll be able to see me logged in here. This is the software that I use. So we sent 129 messages today. In total, we've sent 4,300 DMs. This is all just from starting the new offer. So we started the offer about a month ago. So things are finally starting to ramp up right now. And yeah, we're getting the account set up. Everything's going really smoothly. You could use this account to go and automatically send out the first messages. And then all you have to do is inside of Go High Level, you just have to do a webhook trigger to actually go and trigger your agent, your AI agent, to go and start that conversation over the DMs with them. So like think the cold DM software to automate the actual sending process. It is not necessary for you whatsoever. You could send outreach manually when you're starting if you don't have much money. You could also, and I'm not just talking to you, Life Optimized, I'm saying in general, right? You could also hire a VA to do it for you. I chose to do it automated using cold DMs. When it comes to the appointment setting process, you can use agent calling to automate that, have an AI agent go and follow up and message all the leads back and forth. Or, you don't have to do that, and you could go and just do it manually yourself, right? So just understand your options. I'll have the software's linked down below. But warm up, you start with 3 to 6 messages per day for a couple of days. If the accounts aren't getting flagged, then you slowly move up. So you go to like 6 to 9 per day. You run that for a couple of days, see the health of your accounts. On Instagram, you're always going to deal with getting accounts banned, and that's just something that you have to understand and have backup accounts on log. I mean, it's just part of the process. It's part of the game, right? And then you warm them up to the point where they're sending up to 40 DMs per day. I would say that's the max across any account. That's not including follow-ups. That's just new leads contacted every single day, right? Do you just sign up to new IG accounts and blast out messages instantly? No. So you have to get the accounts looking pretty good. So I buy followers on the accounts. I put a good profile picture, a couple of pictures on there, some client wins if you have them. And then the same warm-up process I told you, 3 to 6, and you go 6 to 9, 12 to 15, and you like just slowly, incrementally increase and increase and increase. Is there a limit to the amount of IG you can have, and will Instagram detect you? So the way that we avoid Instagram detecting that we have multiple accounts, it's by using this software right here, which is called, let's see if I have it pulled up here. It's called Hide My Account. So I don't know why I don't have it just auto-linked. But if I go here, you'll be able to check it out. So log in. So yeah, you see this here. So basically, this is a separate Instagram. Like we have basically windows. I'll give you an example. Like if I just click like run on account one. Oh yeah, I have this set up for my private browser. So I use the Windows app and I basically have a different server. I have videos covering this process. This is what I'm going to show as the main part of the video. But essentially, hide my account is what allows you to have different browsers for each of the accounts. Because yes, if you have multiple accounts attached to the same IP address, it's going to get flagged. It's not going to work, right? So there's certain softwares. Just go look at the videos on my channel where I show me setting up the Instagram process because I show all of this stuff. We use Petrosky. That's the software that allows us to purchase a server. We use hide my account to not be detectable. We use WebShare, so that'll be this software right here, WebShare, to buy proxies for each of the accounts if we connect the whole thing together, right? So hopefully that answers your question, man. And hopefully, you got some value from that. So the actual messaging sequence that I'm using, very simple. What I'm doing is I'm just going to be texting realtors, and I have like a super simple process. So if you go here, literally all that I'm doing, just so you see the entire process, is I'm going to realtor.com. So it's not as easy for other niches and industries, but this is so freaking simple. You go and search up Miami or whatever city, and now you have the list of basically every single realtor. It's only showing 10,000, but there's a lot of leads here, right? And then all that I use like an instant data scraper to go, and it'll go and find so if you see this here, it has their full name, it has their experience, it has, a ton of info, it has their phone number, obviously, et cetera, et cetera. So that's how I get the list of leads. And then I just build a simple workflow here. So if I go, not in here, if I go right here and I go right here, you'll kind of see what this looks like. We're going to submit that list of contacts into Go High Level, and then we're going to add them with a tag. So the tag that I selected, if I go here, it is, if you see this here on the right, cold SMS leads, realtor.com. That triggers this workflow to start. And then this is the first message that we hit realtors with. So this is an outreach approach that has worked since the beginning of time. And it's like, I call it the mousetrap approach, because you're basically asking them a question in place of like a question that a potential client of theirs might ask to get them to respond and get them in the door. And then you hit them with your pitch. This works really well. And I'm just going to use this for right now, just because I know it works. So we're hitting these realtors and we're saying, hey, John, you're still working with sellers, right? This might be a question that a potential prospect might ask. So we send this message out, and then we wait for the contact to reply. And, once the contact replies, then we trigger a webhook. This is how you connect your Agent Kong AI agent to it. So like if you look right here, if you just copy this link on your actual AI agent and you paste it in here, that's your actual webhook, and that's what triggers the AI agent. So you see this whole process. It's sending out the first message via Go High Level, since it doesn't really have to think. It's just like a templated message. And once the lead replies, then it triggers our agent. And this is the agent that we're using. So it is this simple, by the way. Like I used to make these complicated, like if you look at this agent, we have all these nodes and workflows here. Dude, I talked to the founder of Agent Kong. He's like, bro, you want to have like 1 or 2 nodes on there, right? So once the agent gets triggered, at this point in the conversation, the lead has already replied like, yes, I still work with sellers, correct? Then we told the AI agent determine if they would be interested in getting more listing appointments using Christian's AI system. And this is what we're having the agent say. We're saying, my boss, Christian, asked me to personally reach out. We're testing a new AI agent we built that books listing appointments on autopilot. Right now, we're running it with a small beta group, no setup fees, no retainers, no ad spend. We only get paid for qualified appointments that show up. So this is typically the kind of offer and pricing structure you want to use when you're just getting started with a new offer and you don't have case studies. Trying to sell something for thousands of dollars without case studies is pretty difficult. I did it though. Like when I started, my first client, I had no case studies. I just was being honest and was telling her that I had just started, and she just said she was up for it, right? But I'm not willing to take that chance with this. My plan is to get the first 5-ish clients in the door on a pay per appointment, just any type of performance deal. So whether that's pay per lead, pay per appointment, pay per close deal, these are very common offers in the industry, and they tackle the biggest objections that you would get on a cold outreach campaign like this, and we hit it right away. So we say no setup fees, no retainers, no ad spend. So what we're going to do is for these first 5 clients, we're just going to get proof of concept. We're going to get paid per appointment, and we're also going to get paid reselling Agent Kong and some other softwares that we're going to be giving our realtor clients, right? Then we ask them, can I give you a quick demo? If they say yes, then we get them booked onto the calendar. Some things that I'm going to add here is the post-booking process. The post-booking process is going to be built to increase show-up rate and close rates. And the way that we do that is by sending them over resources. So I need to work on some videos that I could then, after the booking, just create a quick little note here and basically tell them, like in the goal, I could say, send over resources to nurture the lead, right? And then in the extra instructions, I'll tell it like, hey, send them this link to this Loom video, which breaks down how the process works. So that's something I need to work on. Think of it kind of like your VSL. So I need a video that just kind of showcases the whole process so the sales calls don't take me as long. But for right now, I don't need that, right? I'm just focusing on simplicity. And the point is, if I could just use this exact process and be able to send out 1,000 messages a day, I did the numbers. If I'm just hitting 300 new people a day, I would say on average, I should see about a 30% reply rate to this first message, because again, this first message is kind of like being a potential client for them. Then we'll find anywhere between I would say probably like a 5% positive response rate to the actual pitch, which is going to be this one right here. And then from that, we should be seeing, show up rate, it'll probably be around 50% starting off, but as we add in that post-booking sequence, it's going to be able to increase. But ChatGPT did the numbers for me. At 300 new leads a day that I'm reaching out to, I should be getting about 2 appointments a day, conservatively, more like 3, 4, 5 appointments a day. And once we're at that mark, we're going to get a lot of momentum. It's going to be a lot of fun. But yeah, this is essentially the script that I'm using. There's different approaches, and you can copy me word for word, but you have to understand why it works, because if somebody copies what you're doing, eventually too many people are going to use it and it's not going to work anymore. That's why I'm not a big fan of just like giving you scripts. I'm giving you the script that I'm using right here, but understand that you want to innovate and make this your own. There's a couple different approaches. So mousetrap approach is what we're using here. We ask an easy question that could be from a potential client. We get them in the door, and then we pitch them, and then we get them on a call. Another one could be a case study approach. So the first message that you send out could be something like this. Hey, John, reaching out because we just helped another roofer in your area named James close an extra 100 grand a month in new jobs using X, Y, and Z process. Would love to give you a demo or a breakdown of exactly how he did it. Are you open to it? Then you basically send them a VSL where you're explaining the case study with a call to action to get them on a call, right? That's another approach you could use. That one works really well. If you have a super solid case study, that approach absolutely crushes. But yeah, this is the process, the script that I'm using. A lot of people don't show the actual stuff that they're using, so I thought this would be valuable. And if you have questions, if you want me to review your actual cold DM or cold email, not cold email. I'm not a cold email guy, but SMS, DMs on any platform, I'll do it for you. Just drop it in the comments. I'll answer it in the next video. But anyways, thank you for watching, brother. I'm going to get out of here, and we'll talk soon. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace out.